Welcome back. I'm pleased to say quite quickly on the back of my video yesterday, I'm back with what is a how this is done based on the cheating we've been seeing. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there first. I'm well aware making this public, people say it's not the best idea. Everyone's going to start doing it. That's the idea. Everyone starts doing it. People pay attention. Look at the hole-in-one bug. It was around for months. As soon as my video went out, a week later it was gone. So for me, this is the most effective way to get this nipped in the bud. So not making any bones about that. I'm not making any apologies for that. So what you'll see me doing there, I basically, in the tour mode, because this is an online cheat only, sorry, an offline cheat only, I should say, which the tour mode is. Essentially, if you take a perfect drink, and if you quit out of the game before your shot is complete, so basically wait and see what it's going to do. As soon as you know roughly where it's going to end up, you can just quit it out and try it again. So it just gives you a do-over again and again. So what you'd see me do, I played a full forward. So based on the knowledge I got from that, I quit out of the game and I then gave it another go. I've played a slightly underpowered 3-wood, getting a bit closer. It's not gone in, so obviously I've sped this bit up. This works on Android and Apple. I've been told Apple. I don't have an Apple device, but you know, seems to be all devices. It's a bit of a hole in the coding. So third time. Now, obviously, to be honest, the game with this, it just becomes a test of patience more than skill. If you can be bothered to, you can just sit and go again and again and get a hole in one every hole. If you've got a day to waste or however long, you might get a bit of luck and do it more quickly than that. But again, there's no real skill involved. It's just really a case of keep trying until you get the perfect result for that hole. And this is how people have been getting 18 unders at Waikiki, and you know, the ludicrous scores we've been seeing, no doubt. So I think I get pretty close to a hole in one there, which for my demonstration is close enough. This tour round was finished, by the way. I didn't save it. So as you can see, a couple more tries, probably could have got that in, or certainly if I had the patience, just a case of keeping going till you get a hole in one, basically. So yeah, not the best, not particularly skillful. So there'll be more on this. Basically, I'll do exactly the same thing on this hole. So just while that's playing, so you can see what it's doing. So note, it only happens when you're using a perfect drink. There is more to come, like one of those infomercials. That's not all. There's other stuff as well to come. So while that's going on, again, I just want to talk about, so going back a couple of years, there was a big double devicing issue, which is, if you don't know, was people basically practicing on one device whilst playing on another. There was a bit of a hole where you could log in and kind of disconnect, but keep that device on the practice fields and then play on another device. So people were essentially in the World Championship in any game mode, basically, guild battle, whatever it is, you name it, practicing a shot a couple of times, depending on the time. You know, in the World Championship you wouldn't get that much time, but plenty of time to give it a couple of tries to get an idea of to where the ball's going to go, avoid any obstacles, etc. That was going on, and it had been going on for ages. There was a big post on the forums I made going back 3 years, I think or so now, and I got a lot of comments, people saying, what the hell are you doing? You're telling people, because I basically flagged up on the forums exactly how it was done. This was before I was doing my videos. Right, I'll come back to that in a moment, because what we're seeing here is the other part of this cheat. So basically, it's putting. It's not just your drive, it's not just your approach, it's any shot. But the key is if you use a putting guide. So what you'll see here, I used my guide. I've hit my putt. As soon as I realise it's not going in, back we go again. And obviously fast forwarded past all the boring part. Same shot again. It's already guided. It's already got exactly the same line as before. Now I can do this as many times as I like. If it's going to miss, I'll just quit out and I'll do it again and again until it goes in. So even if you get one of these horrific putts on an impossible green at Waikiki, keep going. You'll eventually get it in. No challenge, no skill, just a test of attrition and patience, basically. So yeah, not quite the game we all like to play, I'd imagine. So yeah, going back to what I was saying before, I got a lot of messages on the forums about the double devicing. To a lesser extent, when I put the video about the hole-in-one glitch, but on both of those occasions, the end result was very quickly. The problem that had been ongoing and people had known about and not said anything about for whatever reason, either wanted to keep it, you know, some of the reasons I got were they were keeping it quiet, because they knew that Com wouldn't do anything about it. Not sure what sort of logic there is there, but I put it out in the open, and once it was out in the open, a couple of weeks later, it was fixed. The practice fields were shut down for a bit, and it was resolved. Not maybe quite as quickly as the hole-in-one glitch, which was pretty much immediately after the video went up. I think within a week, it was fixed. So to my mind, I think that's absolute proof that whilst this may not be a good idea short term, there's no doubt that its tour this week is going to be all over the place. You're going to see ridiculous scores in every tour. So to be honest, I would just think about writing off your tour for this week unless they clamp down on it very, very quickly. But the hope is that come next week's tour, or certainly the week after that, I'm certainly hoping this is sorted sooner rather than later, we'll see this resolved. So big thanks to, I've had quite a lot of messages since my last video. This is where this information has come from. I had messages on Twitter, I had comments on my video, I've had messages in the game. A few people obviously have known how to do this, so out in the open now. Do with it what you want, as far as I'm concerned. Whilst it's out there, it's not going to be a level playing field, but the idea is hopefully that it won't be out there for too much longer. Thanks for watching. See you next time.